this book is called The Last Bear. It starts with the story with a small girl and also with her dad. And also they were going on a boat, and then they went to Bear Island. And then after that, the girl was skipping and walking on the shore to Walrus Bay. And after that, she spotted a bear. So amazing. And she found that was the only bear on the whole island. And also the bear was very hungry. So the girl kept bringing food every day, so the bear would eat it. The bear kept eating it, and the time that it took for the bear to come out got lesser and lesser because the bear got more trusted with that girl, April Wood. Wow, this book, Temple Alley Summer, is about a boy with his mother, and also they were quite a poor family, I guess. And also they were also quite close to the temple that there is, and also you can already see it says temple. That they think that is where all the ghosts are, and then after that, they think where the ghosts are at the middle of the story, and after that, at school, the boy was friends with another boy, and also the boy actually before school, the boy saw a ghost. He thought it was a ghost. It is a ghost, but just that he came back from the dead. It's not a zombie, but a ghost, of course, that looks like a human, regular human. And then they can continue. And then mostly almost at the end, and then at the temple, somewhere in the middle of the story, the statue was gone, because in every temple there's supposed to be a small statue that is inside to indicate the power of the temple. This is a Rover story. So this story is about a rover, and also with his friends, a living being. I don't know, it just says Rover. So they mostly, almost at the end quarters, they encountered a dust storm of a guardian and also fly. But the bad thing is, before the sandstorm, they actually saw it coming. But then the usual rover, which is called, the usual rover was actually quite stuck. For some reason, the wheels, something was wrong with it. He started scanning the environment. Nothing was wrong. And then after that, they couldn't figure out what is the problem with the wheels. But the guardian had a plan. And then after about 5 to 10 minutes, they solved it. But the dust storm, let's say, this is the rover, this is the dust storm. It was actually really far away. But then when they started talking and trying to fix the rover, started getting closer and closer. And then mostly at the end, the dust devil reached them, although they're already up and trying to move. Just that rover that was stuck kept moving too slow, too bad. And then they caught in the storm, but then they survived somehow, and it was a happy ever after. Okay, so this is the Terrible 2. I really love this since I always prank stuff. It's about Miles Murphy right here, and also, well, Niles. Niles is a super good, double good prankster at the new school. I could tell you about the front. It's actually a big prankster at the, what do you call that again? I forgot what the school is called, but it's basically a place where a lot of cows moves. They have a principal called Principal Barkin, and also the principal has a son called Barkin too, right? And then Barkin was also a class president, but also a big bully. Miles Murphy is Miles Murphy, this guy. Is always pulling pranks at the old school, but he moved into the neighborhood that had a lot of cows. And after that, the super bad, stronger prankster, because this one's also a prankster at his old school, is actually pretending to be good. Since you already see, help her. Principal Barkin thinks that Niles is really good, while Miles is really bad because he seems suspicious. And also, almost at the end, they pulled a really good prank. Actually, they found out that Niles has a prank lab. It has designed all of the nice, good pranks. And also, one thing I learned from this book, if I'm going to prank people, don't always celebrate a prank before it's finished. Otherwise, what if you mess up and then people find out you're celebrating, and then they get suspicious that it's you pranked that person? Let's say my friends. It's a really good book. And also, one of the very good pranks, I don't know who actually did it, was that someone drove Principal Barkin's car and then put them on the stairs. They couldn't get it back up or down, so the students has to go through the seats, and also because a car is like this, right? And also they have a door like here and there. They had Principal Barkin had to open here and then there, and then let the students go through in there to school. And also, his son always loved saying, "You Nimbus," or Nimbus. So, this is the 4th grade or nothing. I love this book. It's a super good book. It's actually about, I can tell you one of the stories. One of the stories is about Fudge. All of them are about Fudge, and also his mom and dad, and also Peter. So I'm gonna tell you about my brother thinks he's a bird, because that's another nice chapter. So actually, I also want to tell you that Peter has a turtle, pet turtle. So it's me, Dribble, called Dribble. So back to our usual story. My brother thinks he's a bird. That's the name of the chapter again. So they were in the playground with his mother, and after that, Peter was with his friend Jimmy, and also Sheila, and also Peter's mom actually had to go back to the apartment because she forgot to turn off the microwave. And then she said that she'll be back in 10 minutes, and she needed Sheila, Jimmy, and Peter to take care of Fudge, which he loves birdies. So when when Peter's mother ran off, and after that, after a few minutes, they started playing together. I mean, Jimmy and Peter and Sheila, because Sheila always loves saying, Oh, people got the cooties. A lot of people love. Sherlock kept saying that, and then kept saying Peter got cooties, and then like Jim got cooties like that, and then they kept busy themselves, but they didn't even see that Fudge was actually climbing up and then thinking he's a bird. And then when he saw Fudge, he was still falling down from a tall height, like saying, I'm a birdie, I'm a birdie. Ah! When he found out he wasn't a bird, his face was bleeding, all bleeding, and then he lost his 2 front teeth. Sheila started finding it on the ground, but she couldn't find any of the 2 teeth. When Peter's mother, I meant Fudge's mother too, which is because Fudge is a brother, smaller brother of Peter, came back, she thinks that the 2 front teeth, Fudge ate it. Although Fudge was still bleeding, of course. And then that was the end of the nice chapter. It was kind of scary, if you ask me. But then I think that's really funny since Fudge is really silly. Since nobody would think that you're a bird since you're so heavy and also it's not fur, and also you can open like this. While birds only can stay like this. And if you're gonna be a bird, you need to arrange it in the right shape of a bird wing. Here is this. I can tell you a little bit of this story. This story is more about a dog who was badly injured or maybe infected. I'm not exactly sure. But they got a disease. Wait, where was it? Not pretty sure what kind of disease, but it's a disease that you have a lot more white blood cells. White blood cells are stuff that puts you more in defense. But it's a bad thing if you have more allies than more people controlling. So they had the small dog, not the two kids. It's this dog, not these 2. Got that disease, having too much white blood cells, having too much blood, having too less blood. You need more blood to control and also sustain the white blood cells. And then since this disease is really bad, you might think that, oh, there's no virus. Why is this so bad? It doesn't matter if there's so much white blood cells. But actually, the disease is the more the white blood cells comes, is because the white blood cells attacks the blood cells. So that's why it's still a disease, although there's no virus. Basically, your own defense, basically you're attacking yourself. Let's say, I have a defense, and then what? Oh, and then you kill yourself. Actually, this dog is a very strong dog, but it couldn't stand that disease. It's a type of cancer, but it's still called a disease. That's really bad for dogs. I feel really sad for it. Let me tell you about this. So the magical elephant is basically an elephant that can make wishes come true. So this man, which is basically also a magician, with the elephant. Actually, the elephant is also really nice. It was actually a really nice story about the elephant. Mostly at the start, they started hating the elephant because they didn't really like elephants staying in their street. But then, mostly at the end, they start liking the elephant as it's really sweet and nice. While this one is about a king, which can summon a lot of different animals to come to his palace, or maybe place. Let's say the rat, or maybe a pigeon, or maybe let's say a cat or a wolf. They summon a lot, but he's gonna die soon. So most at the start of the story, he rolled out the beard like his normal, because he rolled out the beard for the small animals to stand on. He said that he was about to die, so he says goodbye to all of his fellow animals. But then they started eating his last dinner, and then after that they started talking about a lot of stories, because someone, I don't know why, said that he will die because he doesn't hear that much stories we need to sustain him long enough. Basically, a lot more animals kept coming and telling stories for the king to listen, and the king was really happy almost at the end. It's a really nice story. This one right here, the Duet for Home, is about violins. My dad loves violins. So these two people you see right here. So they have a violin right here, and also they wanted to play a violin duet, but this one didn't have a violin, so they need to buy another violin for this one, since for the boy. It's actually a really nice story, since I love violins too. I played the violin with my daddy, right? Lastly, this is the Silver Arrow. This is also one of my second best books. Actually, this is my second best book. That's one number one best. This is number one best. This one is second. It's about Uncle Herbert and also the smaller girl and also his brother Tom. So they went on a magical train called the Silver Arrow. The girl and also Tom was conductors, and also they on their very long time, the Silver Arrow would usually go to the animal stations where the animals will come on board that would talk, but the animals never talk to humans. And also saying you need tickets to go on a train. They had a bad scenario when they were trying to get a boar off, because on one of the stations a boar wanted to get on the Silver Arrow, but then the boar didn't have a ticket, so the conductor, which is that girl and also Tom, asked the boar to leave, and then the boar wants to get in. So the boar started running around and then kept bonking the train. Her head was stuck in the what do you call those doors, and then a porcupine, which is on the train, came by, and after that the boar started getting scared, and then that solved all the problems. It's a really good book. I think we should try. You should read it, because there's also another train almost at the end. Even the train can talk. There's another train before the Silver Arrow, which is called the Twilight Star, but it has broken down because the conductors left. Well, that's all we have today. I hope you like it.